My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Alright, today is December 3rd, 2023. It is 5:58 a.m. I've been editing some videos that I've recorded since November 30th. So I just finished it and it's being rendered right now, and I want to sort of get some recording, going, and whenever I have the time, I'll edit them because I don't have any more to edit. So I'm up to date. Alright, so there's my back end. If you look at my last video, how much I said I had and then how much I have now, $272.27 analytic. Oh my lord. What's going on now? It's taking a while. Okay, so there it is here. $272.27, and the last 48 hours I had 3,898 views, and my subscription 3,595. I think that's correct. That's what I had over there. Yeah, same thing. All right, so let's see what we're gonna cover. I don't remember because I had that list for a while and I never recorded them. So I have GB News, Peter Hunt. These two, I think I just put them. And some of these you probably seen them on my community board. Let me see how many I have. Let me count. Okay, so I have about 14 tweets. Right, and this is the things that I just finished record. All these, I had to go over them. And the last video only had 2 tweets. It took me 5 hours to edit. It only have a length of 1 hour worth of video. The length of the video became an hour, so it took me a while to edit. Alright, so let's go on Twitter. This is my first tweet. GB News. Let's see. What is that about? Okay. Oh, this one I remember. King Charles does not want to humiliate Prince Harry and Meghan Markle by stripping their royal titles. That one I shared it on my community board, but the comments, I'm not going to go through all of them, but they were very vile. What happened, how I stumbled upon this, and I made a mistake of actually commenting on it. I should have taken a screenshot and create my own new tweet so I don't have to deal with these people. But I'm surprised I have 4 likes and 2 retweets of it, because the comments under there were so vile. So I didn't even bother blocking. I was like, what am I doing there? But I was searching for a video that I was editing, and I needed something from it, and somebody, whoever tweeted it, removed it, so I can't find it anymore. So I stumbled on this because the video was from GB News. So anyway, let's get going. Too much. So in other words, Charles doesn't want to remove Harry's title because he doesn't want to humiliate them. So there's my comment here, and I'm just gonna read mine. Okay, but then Harry said that he was willing to give up his title, so what's there to be humiliated? Take it away and be done with all of that drama. Titles don't have, okay, should be don't. Titles don't have the same value in America. It's your character, work ethic, and paying your taxes. That's what America care about. And I put this screenshot, okay? In the 5th episode of Harry and Meghan, the Duke of Sussex revealed he was willing to strip himself of his royal title if he meant freedom for the couple. The 38-year-old made the shocking offering in a letter to King Charles III after their move to Canada. Okay, so go on Netflix, you'll find it. The docu-series. Harry said that. Okay, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, is a... I search on YouTube, not YouTube, Google. What does he do? What does Harry do? Okay, Better Up came up, and this is what they wrote. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, is a humanitarian, military veteran, mental health advocate, and environmentalist, and co-founder of Archwell. He is focused on driving systemic change across all communities through nonprofit work as well as creative activations. Okay, so there's all of this. You could Google it and you'll find the answer, like how much he makes. Okay, they have turned on the Duke, who reportedly earned a 7-figure salary as chief impact officer. All right, so go on Google, you find out more about how much he earns. All right, so that's that. I'm not gonna go to all of the comments under GB News. It was an accident. I stumbled on them. I was searching for a tweet that had a video. Okay, so this one I found it today and I posted on my community board. So this is Peter Hunt. There's another person, good journalist in the UK that I follow, and I forgot his name. I'm always getting him, Peter Hunt, and that other person I'm thinking of confused. When I see one, I can't remember the other name. Alright, okay, I had to increase it. Extraordinary allegation that has received zero coverage. Has anyone asked Kensington Palace what action, if any, was taken by Prince William? Alright, so this old tweet he posted January 13, 2023. So I'm not gonna go too deep on it. If you wanna see some of the comments, it's on my community board. Okay, I was braced for a lecture. It didn't come. Willie was subdued. He wanted to listen. For the first time in a long time, my brother heard me out, and I was so grateful. I told him about one past staff member sabotaging Meghan, plotting against her. I told him about one current staff member whose close friend was taking payments for leaking private stuff to the press about Meg and me. My sources on this were above reproach, including several journalists and barristers. Plus, I made a visit to New Scotland Yard. Willie frowned. He and Kate had their own suspicions. He'd look into it. We agreed to keep talking. Meanwhile, Harry was talking to the enemy. Alright, so, and of course, there's the squad who's coming with their receipt. Go on my community board and check that tweet out. I put a lot of screenshot. I even put it on my IG as well. Alright, there's more screenshot on IG than on my community board. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the next tweet. I spent so much time on the other tweet, the video that I was editing. I'm starting to get tired, and I just started this video. And also this I posted on my community board. Queen, England, and the US. So there's Meghan. I believe that was the outing Meghan did with the Queen. So there they are here. Okay, what a sweet picture. I have never seen it before. Yes, it was taken when the Queen invited Meghan to ride her train, noting none of the others had ever been offered an overnight trip with the Queen. If only she was still here. There's that here. There's my... Okay, after my comment, I think I'm gonna move on. So this is someone that I blocked. Okay, Meghan wanted to continue working for the royal family, but it was Harry who decided to leave. Queen Elizabeth II even encouraged her to still continue with her acting career, but she gave it up because she loved Harry. Isn't that what you do when you're in love and want to be with your beloved 24/7? Alright, so there's that here. There's my comment. Queen Elizabeth II knew what she was doing. Whether or not she liked Meghan, this was more for the world. A welcome friendship between two countries. Meghan shows respect of Her Majesty the Queen. Now that Queen Elizabeth II is gone, there's a little laugh, lol. The left behinders effed all of this up. Now the USA took Harry as one of their own. Okay, so I have a video about this, and I think in that video I went in full detail in terms of never leave a man behind and why the US decided. Well, I mean, they were still friends, but after, remember, before it was regarding family matter, but after the shenanigan where they didn't want the UK did not want to lay a reef for Harry, and it was roadblock after roadblocks unnecessarily. It didn't have to be. And then that's when the US come in and pick up Harry and say, we got your back. I mean, they didn't say it, but the actions speak louder than word, pretty much. Okay, your mama then raised no fool. You got your eyes on the prize. All right, so that's right. What she mean here is about the, how do you call it, the Queen, focusing on what's really matter.
I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and to the service of our great imperial family to which we all belong.
So that's that. All right, let's go to the next tweet. Like I said, I'm not gonna go in full detail on this next tweet because I bookmarked this a long time. I just never had a chance to record. All right. Why would Charles be encouraging Meghan to speak to King if she wasn't one of the royal races who had concern over Archie's skin tones? I still believe the other royal racist is William. Racist royal family. Alright. Mr. Scobie also said that within these letters, King Charles encouraged Meghan to discuss her feelings with the Princess of Wales. However, in the aftermath of the interview, the reporter says the two brothers and their wives have yet to speak. Alright, so that's that. Okay, it's Will and Kate who are racist. My feeling all along was that it was William. Now to find out that it was King too. Plot twisted, but I'm not surprised. I don't know why. I mean, like this person said, she believed it was William, but the other one, the wife, she sort of surprised. This one, they just added to it. Alright, I just did 3 videos that focus about the Endgame, and one video where Omid was saying he didn't mention any name. All right, keep that in mind as I say some of the thing. Omid said he didn't mention any names. So we have Piers Morgan, and who else came in? Piers Morgan, who went and added Catherine and all the name. He went in public to say it, but Omid said he didn't say all of that. But the thing is that I think they threw Egg wants to get rid of the wife. Not get rid of, but I want a divorce. We just want to move on. Separation, relief from her. For some reason, things are not working out. Whatever it may be. So they threw that in there. You know, they could never be straightforward with anybody. So they have to do all this shenanigan, twist and turn and all of this. And it seemed like she's not going anywhere. I'm just saying from the outside. But whatever the thing may be, but I think they're just throwing her under the bus. And she's doing whatever they tell her to do. I don't think she's questioning anything. So that's the problem she's having. Just doing as she is told and don't focus on, you know, I don't know. Does she have something she focus on, she care about? I don't know. So that's why they're having problem with Meghan, because Meghan have a core value. If what you're telling her doesn't match hers, then she will not do it. And then they're pissed about that. So does the other one have a core value where it's whatever it is that they're telling her to do, does it match with hers? Or she just doesn't care? She's like water. You put water with anything, it matches with anything. Water pretty much takes the shape of anything you put it in. It takes the color of anything you put it in. It matches anything that you put it in. It could also dilute it or, you know, or strengthen whatever you put it. So water is just water. It cleans. It also makes things messed up. I don't know. Does she has anything to say, okay, this I'm not gonna do. It doesn't match with what I feel is right or wrong or something like that. That's what I mean by being with water or something like that. I'm just saying. I don't know. Okay. It is William. William is playing Games of Thrones. He is willing to sacrifice anyone to sit on the throne and wear the medal hat. But the thing is that there's no reason for him to be doing all of that. It's already guaranteed. It's his. Once his father died, it's his. So he's just giving himself unnecessary burden. There's no reason for him to do any of that. Just like the queen. She knows her eyes was on the prize. Her whole goal was to, you know, protect the monarchy, right? She made the pledge for that. Why can't this one focus on that as well? Focus on that. You know who's focused on the hat and she got it? That's the three in a marriage. She knew, she did what she had to do because that was not guaranteed to her. Okay? The shiny hat was not guaranteed to her. So she did what she had to do and focus on the prize, which was where she's at right now. But for William, on the other hand, the second his father's sperm hit the egg, that was guaranteed to him. Okay? Even before he was born, that was guaranteed to him. So there's no reason for him to do any of this nonsense. If he had focused only on the work, Harry was there to help him, to help carry the burden until his kids are at age to do the work. But he's throwing the only one who had his back. So this is, I don't know who put nonsense in his head, but it was unnecessary, pretty much. And then you have Harry, who bring in someone, a hard worker, to even help William further, but he didn't see it. So why is he doing all of this backstabbing to the only brother who was there, who got his back? Whatever it is, he got it coming for him. Okay, so let's read these. What? That's me who respond to that. Wait until I read that. Okay, it is William. William is playing Games of Thrones. He is willing to sacrifice anyone to sit on the throne and wear the metal hat. Charles proved that you could get rid of a wife and replace her with your, oh my God, with your whore. Rose Bush will be the next queen. Whatever. So there's me here after whatever it was in the book. This is King Charles. Okay, King Charles III right now, right here. Whew. After seeing this in Endgame, his reign has a lifeline. There's that here. But apparently, when I wrote this, I didn't see the part where they said Charles and the other one. The ones that I was reading leading up to this tweet here, they were saying it was Kate only. Later on, I found out there's Kate and Charles. Let's see this one here. Okay, to read more, click on the link. Please help my work. Okay, I don't want to promote that. What's this? Even if William wasn't one of those who raised concerns, there's no way Kate would have the effrontery without his consent. They must have discussed it. Okay, but why would he want Meghan to write it on paper? Oh no, he was setting her up. Okay, so what paper are they talking about? Okay, don't be fooled. The whole heart and mind were united and tormented Meghan and driving her out. The two voices just voiced what all of the hearts and minds were thinking. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this is Meredith. Hi, at Camila Tomney. You mentioned in this week's TR email that you're open to clarification. Can you clarify for me which HJS report was the basis for this article? It's not linked, and HJS hasn't replied to my multiple queries. Meredith is doing her investigation. Okay, Meghan cookbook must link to 19 terrorist suspects, including Jihadi John and group's investigation. She wrote this November 29. So Meredith is asking, what are the links? Okay, I see what she's saying here. I'm also curious about this line. Quote, research by the HJS suggests the mass was once attended by 3 of the 4 Beatles. What does suggest mean here? Thank you in advance. Let's see for comment under that. So that's that. Okay, let's see here. You could pause some of this. A man who was alleged to have been part of Islamic State group known as the Beatles has been charged and remanded in custody in the UK. Eden Davis from West London had just returned from Turkey, where he had served 7.5 years for terrorism offenses. He has been charged with offenses related to funding terrorism. Okay, members of the group known as Beatles, because of the British accent, murdered hostage while fighting with the Islamic State in Syria. David denied being a member of the group. Okay, so how does that have to do with the cookbook thing where Meghan was with the hub community? Okay, let's see here. Meredith responded, hey, I'm not quite understanding the share here. Can you explain? All right, let's see here. They are jihad's terrorists who spoke English and live in London, so they nicknamed themselves the Beatles after the hen. Okay. Yes, I know that. Where you replied to someone else originally, I might have missed it in the thread. Okay. So let's say this. Let's assume. Okay. I don't know where all of these are coming from, but for me here, how does it connect with Meghan's with the hub community. So just because someone have an accent, so they already connect them with all sort of this. Okay, let's see here. A mainstream journalist thanked so publicly by a white nationalist. That doesn't happen very often. This be investigating. Okay, so there's all of this. This is going way beyond what I care about right now. They all matter, but for me right now, I don't care. Let's go to the next tweet. Go to Meredith YouTube channel, see what she find out, or wherever her social media she's at, because I'm not on TikTok. Alright, next tweet. Oh, this one I cannot find. Okay, maybe the person blacked me or something. Not black, I would have known. I think it's the video of Omid. I create a short of it. I was able to view it on another account. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. So this one I cannot see. Next tweet. Okay, why are they still sending letters? Okay, what is that now? No one has seen the letter that King Charles sent Meghan, but everyone has seen the letter that Meghan sent Charles. Okay, the same way everyone saw the letter that Prince Harry sent Charles, and the content ended up with Dan Wooten. Okay, what is that? Lesson, don't send Charles any letters. Okay, this one I feel like I read it on my other thing. Exclusive, Meghan wrote to King Charles over racism concern. The Duchess of Sussex expressed her concern about unconscious bias in the royal family in a letter to the King, the Telegraph can reveal. It is understood that the correspondence was sent in the wake of the March 2021 Oprah Winfrey interview, in which the Duchess alleged that a member of the royal family had speculated about the color of her unborn son's skin. As I'm reading this, I'm thinking, okay, allegedly, we do not know, because Omid said they're still investigating how the Dutch version was translated with a whole paragraph that he did not mention, and then for the UK to just run with that story. So I don't want to say because I don't know, but why? It's not like it's brand new. I think the focus should have been, you know what? Let me just read. Okay, forget it. What I'm thinking, I can't say because I'm not 100% sure. Okay. In which the Duchess alleged that a member of the royal family had speculated about the color of her unborn son's skin. A source has said that the Duchess feels she has not received a satisfactory response to her concern. The letters have emerged just weeks after Meghan confirmed her decision not to attend the coronation on May 6 and are thought to be one of the factors behind the decision. If this thing is deliberate or who's trying to sabotage Omid's book, they're making a very costly, I won't even think it's a mistake. It seems like it was deliberate. Okay? They're making a costly, deliberate nonsense. I hope Omid pursue that. And because right now he's losing money from the book. But I think during the holiday, that's when book sales, books sells a lot because a lot of people tends to buy books to gift to people. So Omid is losing some money right now. Okay, it is understood that her letter was sent in reply to one from the King. He is believed to be the only senior member of the family to make contact with the Duchess after the interview. Then Prince of Wales, he is understood to have expressed sadness over the chasm that had emerged between the two sides of the royal family. He is said to be disappointed that the Duke and Duchess felt the need to make such high-profile and damaging allegation. In the interview, the Duchess told Winfrey that there had been concern and conversation about how dark his Archie's skin might be when he is born. I mean, Meghan and Harry hold their whole chest and talk straight to the camera. They didn't need a third person to go and speak on their behalf to do this huge interview. But yet, based on the Royal Rat, Martin Brenning, and some other I can't even call them journalists, Royal Rats went on TV saying that many of this stuff that on the paper come from the directly from the royal family.
Much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones that are very often leaking these stories to the press.
The press and the media. And as they say at the start of episode 1, they say so many books and shows and stories have been written about us. We wanted to have our own say. And remember, the purpose of the PR office at the royal family is to keep the royals in the press all the time. So you have to remember, when I work in newsrooms, it's a fact that every anti-Harry and Meghan story comes from Kensington Palace.
But why
and if it comes from Kensington Palace, why are they briefing against their own grandson?
Well, okay.
So you, the institution, and Harry have backed this claim up as well.
Why be so public? You say you tried to do this privately.
And every single time I've tried to do it privately, there have been briefings and leakings and planting of stories against me and my wife. You know, the family motto is never complain, never explain, but it's just a motto, and it doesn't really hold.
There's a lot of complaining and a lot of explaining.
Endless.
Private being done through leaks.
Through leaks. They will feed or have a conversation with the correspondent, and that correspondent will literally be spoon-fed information and write the story, and then at the bottom of it they will say that they've reached out to Buckingham Palace for comment. But the whole story is Buckingham Palace commenting.
With Anderson Cooper, I believe it was the 60-minute interview. Okay, so Harry backed that up. Many of these allegations that are on the paper, the leaks and all of that, coming from the royal family. So Harry and Meghan hold their chests high, and you see the words coming out of their mouth right in front of the TV. And now you're saying why they're making this a huge concern. So why do you leak things to the royal rats to write on the paper? It's almost the same thing. It's just that Harry and Meghan are saying themselves. They don't hide behind the papers. Okay, I'm not going to read all of this. This is too much. Let me just go straight to the comments, okay? So he is concerned about Meghan speaking up rather than concerned about such racist conversation taking place in the palace. Okay, racism is fine as long as president don't know about it. Got it. Don't write to Charles and don't respond if he writes, and that's on period. There are no words which can adequately describe them written. Okay, I think we knew what side the leaking coming from. BP and KP leak like, and the support of never sending a letter to Charles. Harry sent a letter to Charles about moving to Canada, leaked. He also sent a letter to Charles about moving to Africa, leaked. Exactly, bullseye. Let's see here. After this one, I'm going to go to the next tweet. The sender can also be the leaker. Not saying that that's what happened, just pointing out it's not a shut case. That's true, but the thing is that Harry, if he wants to say something, he says it. Okay, many of the things that they keep on accusing him of, he been trying to do these things privately. So when they realize, Harry and Meghan realize everything that they want to do privately is still leaked anyway, so they took it upon themselves to go in front of the camera and speak about it. They're not hiding whatever it is that they want to say. All right, let's go to the next tweet. And this comment is true too. Yes, it could be both. But the thing is that Harry have stood his ground. He have shown his character. If he wants to say it, he say it. You know it's coming from him. He's not hiding behind anything. But the others are hiding behind things, and then when they get called out, they create chaos. Next tweet. Oh my God, I was bookmarking a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, the British royal family has put on a united front and issued a rare joint statement condemning the BBC for publicizing overblown and unfounded claim in a documentary that aired Monday night in the UK 2021. Okay, so let's see here. Why do I feel like I read that? BBC documentary on Prince Harry, Prince William's alleged rape slam by British royal family. The new docuseries, The Princess and the Press, focuses on the relationship between the royal brothers and the media. Okay. Alright, so that's from Rebecca English. I think I shared that on another video, or maybe it's on a retweet of it. Yeah, Buckingham Palace is today considering all options over the royal race Rostock by Omid, the new book on the monarchy. And they don't mention the book, they keep it blank. Okay. Well-placed sources had told the Daily Mail, it's all blank, aired are seriously looking at how they should, if at all, respond. It comes as a Dutch language edition of Scobie's book named Two Royal Meghan accused of unconscious bias, which was followed up by presenter Piers Morgan last night, naming them on live television and subsequently on social media. The Mail has not chosen to follow suit at this stage, while it is clear that courtiers will be looking at the various legal options open to them. It is incredibly unlikely that they will actually sue Scobie. They will not want to get into the protracted legal battle because they know more things will come out with their nonsense that they create. This is unnecessary. Whoever decided to put that huge paragraph on Omid's book in the Dutch version, it's unnecessary. Okay, but it seems like when they're thinking, they only think of the final outcome, but they don't look at step one. If I do this, maybe that could happen. If I do that, this could happen. They just go straight and do what they want, and then now we're seeing the ripple effect. Whoever thought of doing that, because this is full sabotage. We just don't know who did it. It's full-blown sabotage. They never thought of the ripple effect. Now we are seeing the ripple effect, and Omid said there's investigation. Okay, but a source told the Mail, I understand the palace is considering all options open to them. Other options available to them could be sending out a legal warning to those tempted to further repeat the names. But the thing, I was reading the one of the video I just edited. One of the reporters was saying that there's no restriction in the UK. They could write whatever, but there's this letter saying that. I did point that out on my previous video. Okay, a senior palace source told The Sun that letter is under lock and key, and no one from within the King's Circle would have briefed anyone about discontent.
One of his later butlers was Ken Stronach, who sold stories to the press.
That letter is under lock and key, and no one from within the King's Circle would have briefed anyone about discontent.
One of his later butlers was Ken Stronach, who sold stories to the press which revealed what his master was like to serve.
In all likelihood, it must have been the Sussex camp which leaked the names. It's a nasty and deliberate attack. Harry, like I said before, Harry and Meghan will not do that. If they wanted to, they'll do it themselves, and then they'll stand by it. All right, let's read this. And in other words, they speak when they want to. They speak when they want to. Okay. All right. The leak always comes from the palaces. Saying that Charles' copy of the letter is under lock key is nonsense. His secretary and other members of his staff will have seen it. Harry's private document was leaked by the palace, and he knew because it referred to the return of title. Okay. So that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. This I sort of covered on my last video, the one that I just finished edit. That's why I was like, oh, it looks familiar. I have the video on my last video that I just edited of the interview. I never expected to be presented fairly on the pages of the same papers that their secrets are now being revealed for the first time. We speak to Omid Scobie about the bombshell new book Endgame and the truth behind those translation errors. Okay.
The latest news stories with Nick Ferrari. Welcome, Isla Traquoir. Thank you so much. And we're going to kick off with the story that we've literally just had Omid in the studio. And he blatantly denied the fact that he is the mouthpiece to Meghan and Harry. Let's take a look at that clip.
A lot of the speculation is that you are a mouthpiece for Harry and Meghan. So what is your relationship with Harry and Meghan?
I'm not their friend. I've never sat down with Meghan privately for interviews. I've never exchanged information with Meghan. I'm not in their private world in any way whatsoever.
You know, now that I'm watching the video again, I decided to insert it in this video, which I had it in the previous video. But it feels like they're interrogating Omid. The book has well, I will not say absolutely nothing because I didn't read it, but it's not about Harry and Meghan, unlike Finding Freedom. This one is about the royal family, which Meghan and Harry are part of, but the press in the UK completely isolate the Sussexes from the book as if the book is all about the Sussexes. And then here in this interview is as if they're interrogating Omid. I mean, now that I'm watching it a second time, I just wanted to let it play out, but this crossed my mind and I'm just sharing it with you, my thought with you. My goodness, the press in the UK is ridiculous.
You know, I work in the American press. I'm not restricted by some of the limitations of being a member of the British press and that relationship with the royal family. So I did go on television and talk about the racism that she faced. And rather than anyone wanting to talk about it or listen about it, I was called her fan, mouthpiece, cheerleader, etc.
What did you both make of the interview?
Well, first of all, congratulations.
So I removed my glasses. Let's see if I could see this better. Okay. Incredibly unfair for the presenter to attack Omid solely on what the tabloid said about the book. It's like a hive mind reaction instead of actually reading it and drawing your own conclusion. That's very true. I might go into that. There's 19 comment on it. Okay, it's funny Yalden answered the question regarding why he is labeled as Team Sussex or Meghan's mouthpiece, but people like Piers Morgan, Camila Tomney, Jeremy Clarkson, Angela Levine, Dan Wooten, etc. never get those same accusations for their relationship with the royals. This is the thing with the squad. They're not letting these people off the hook. Okay, so there's that here. Let me read these two and then I'll go to either that one or the one above. Okay, very good interview. Scobie raised valid point about the media and royal hypocrisy. The fake outrage from the royals media empire is pathetic. There have been worse headlines than those named being leaked against Meghan, and all this panic over these others drive royals instead. Okay, one interviewer hadn't familiarized herself with the subject matter, and the other couldn't contain his personal bias long enough to let the guest finish a point. Absolutely state of the British media. I think I said that too. There's on my last video. There's this black lady. I believe she had white hair or something like that. And she's like, oh, I don't want to talk about this. And I'm like, wait a second. Don't they give you an idea what this conversation would be about? So you don't want to talk about it? So what a waste of time for you to be there. Okay, so let's go into this. I'll read some of the 13 comments and go into that and read some of the 19 comments. Okay, boom. Okay, so that's regarding the mouthpiece, or why they don't call Dan Wooten and Angela Levine mouthpiece for the royal family. Okay, so there's that. Boom, there's the clap. Exactly. These reports who said the most disgusting things about the Sussexes all have a close relationship with the royal family and goes back years and sometimes decades, but the media never says they're the royal family's mouthpiece or they team royal family. Okay, laughing my ass off. They get the same label as royal family mouthpiece. You just sleep on that. They never put it out there. I believe I did a video, I think on the thumbnails I put the royal mouthpiece, but I never heard any of them from over there calling themselves they are the mouthpiece of the royal family. Okay, after this, let me read by them. That's an ad. Okay, to read. Okay, so this is someone who's promoting her thing. So I said the 19 one. So let's go into that. Unfair attack on Omid. Okay, all these clowns should be jobless. Nobody wants to read that crap, but there you are following these things. You don't want to read it, but you're clicking on things that literally put a picture of him. You know they're talking about his book. His book is out. Okay, if you're going to interview an author and question him about the whys and what about the book, it makes sense to read the damn book. Why bull? Truly hope the publisher and Omid get sued. Not Omid. He got his I mean, people think just calling people to court like that, you know, things cannot be reversed. Omid said he wrote in English. Okay, his manuscript was in English, and then you have the translator who obviously can read English and then speak that other language and probably write as well. So the translator, if it's not the translator who put her own things, I believe it's a woman who put her own input into the book, if it's not her and it's not Omid, so who did? Who did Omid hand the manuscript to? All right, we're skipping the middle here. And I very doubted the interpreter will dare do such a thing. Otherwise, she will never get any more work ever again. So someone tampered with the manuscript. Okay? And we already know who the publisher of the book is. And Harry have some issues with that owner. They're going to court right now. And then they have a long track record of doing deceitful kind of things. They just spent a couple millions of dollars to Dominion. So they are in the practice of doing deceitful kind of things. So I'm not, just do your own research and you could assume. Right now, I'm just alleging. But if Omid literally come out and say he didn't put that in the book, and then a whole paragraph was inserted on something he said he didn't do, so what's going on? Okay? So that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. I spent too much time on that one. Next tweet. Because I don't want to take too long. I'm already 30-something minutes. I can't believe this. Next tweet. Okay, there's that. Good job. Good King Harry. Give that family the same silence they gave you and your wife. Their media troglodytes denigrated your wife and children. Let that family cook and the shit hate they created. Okay, Reuters. New book, Reignite British Royal Race War. A spokesperson for Harry and Meghan declined to comment. So that's where I saw it. So they declined to comment on the 30th. That was the last time I did my recording. And today is December 3rd. Okay, they don't have to say a dang thing. People know, and as soon as they read Omid's new book, info won't be able to be squashed because the world will know. That's it. Okay, I hope Harry and Meghan continue to say nothing. Let the royal stew and the mess they created. Best news of the day. Hey, our fave are staying put and minding their Montecito business. A win. That's it. Okay, stew tastes best when served hot, so let them stew. This look good too. Alright, I hope they are picking apples with the kids under Montecito tree, sipping tea and biscuit. Got the Sussexes, a perfect example of don't complain, don't explain, if I ever saw one. Okay, I love this. Absolutely. Let the British royal family stew in their own juices, just like they did them. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. I believe there's more comment. Next tweet. Come on. Oh my goodness. I post this on my community board as well. Let's see here. At some point, the royal protection ring around Prince William is going to break. Alright, so she retweeted that. When Prince Harry wanted to take Murdoch's son to court, the Lord Chamberlain, Earl William Peel, threatened Prince Harry to either drop the case or face severe consequences in 24 hours. What the hell? The decree stand down from the action against Prince William's aide Christian. How much is going on here? Let's go into that and then I'll come back out. So Henry VIII retweeted this. Come on, go into it. Alright, what is that? That's a lot of reading. Alright, quote, Harry was ready to pursue action against the son in early 2020. The Duke of Sussex wasn't reply on his brother's cooperation anymore because by this point he had all the evidence he needed, relevant documents, intel from Scotland Yard, and information from other journalists, including sources at the paper itself, who had passed detail along to his team. Armed with dossier, Harry went to the very top of the institution with formal complaint and a suggestion that they take appropriate action against the son. The response Harry received, however, was far from what he expected. The Lord Chamberlain, this is what I was saying. Harry was there to really protect the institution. Protect the institution. If you look at some old video where I said the minute they start hiring politicians into the institution, this is where things go haywire. Now they have more insiders to look at how the institution, the royal family, run their business. Meanwhile, you had Harry, who was the very smart, bright one, doing his own research to pinpoint things. And then this is what they did. But this point, whatever happens to the institution is their own doing, because Harry was there to protect them, to secure and safeguard the how do you call this, the monarchy. But no, they're playing along with the, oh my lord, this is sad. All right, I mean, for all I care, they could dissolve, but to see this is what they were doing to Harry. All right, the Lord Chamberlain overstepped. There on Buckingham Palace, headed paper was a reply from the Lord Chamberlain, at the time Earl William Peel, who had a particularly close relationship with Charles. The letter, a source said, included some of the most strong language seen on official household stationery, aimed at Harry, not John's. Wow. It was a threat, said a source close to the situation, who added that the Queen wasn't consulted before the palace issued it. I wonder if when this was done, if Charles had already changed the, Queen's secretary. Wow. Pretty much, it's like they're doing whatever they want. And then Charles just turned a blind eye. Wow. Okay, imagine you have an office and then you had someone who's threatened you and decided to take your seat and do whatever it is that they want, and then you just stand there and say, that's fine. Wow. Okay, the Lord Chamberlain said either drop the charges or face severe consequences in 24 hours. A message from a lawyer for Jones arranged by the palace soon followed. The decree stand down from legal action against Prince William's aide. Wow. Wow. The palace and ass covering mode exaggerated. Harry pointed out to palace aides that he was not suing the aide or anyone on this matter. He simply had a desire for the situation. A public official with deep connection to private information about a senior royal being shared with a national newspaper to be properly dealt with. For the Duke, enough was enough. The son had a long and controversial history of inappropriate relationship with public officials, and the palace at one point was also keen to put an end to these practices. The palace basically accused Harry of wanting to sue his brother's private secretary. Wow. And causing great distress to Christian. The source continues, when they asked him to provide more evidence, Harry refused. At this point, he already had plenty, and giving her defense they were being of Christian, it was clearly going to be used to help him and not Harry. Wow. So they wanted Harry to hand over whatever he had. Harry is very smart. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Allegedly. Let's put allegedly there. My goodness. This is crazy. It's not even the royal family who's running the institution. Like I said, since the Queen's father passed, these people took over. All right, they took over Charles, how they want Charles to be, treated. And then now you have William. William is all them. Okay, William is all them. You've seen some of the things he's done. Okay, so this thread continue. Remember, I'm within a thread, and then I have to go back out to Henry VIII. When they asked him to provide more evidence, Harry refused. It was clear. Yep, I got that part too. Let's go into that. Okay, now I'm 3 times into the tweet. When they asked him to provide more evidence, Harry refused. It was clearly going to be used to help him and not Harry. After Prince William used Jason Kenoff to try help the Daily Mail against Meghan, Prince Harry knew not to give them any info on Christian John and the Sun. Remember now, the thing, Harry's lawsuit is going forward. So maybe we'll get to see what Harry has. Okay, I didn't know all of these though. Now I'm learning about it. Senior member of royal household passed information about Meghan Markle to Mail on Sunday editor, court paper show. Alright, so Harry's gonna use these. Okay, the palace and okay, I read all of this. Alright, so there's all of this being underlined. It's just me repeating. Okay, I cannot read that. Control Meghan. Okay, that's a different thing. I don't know what it says. Okay, now I'm back out. I just came from there. Oh no, this one I just came from. Okay, it's fascinating and truly scary that courtiers run the show in this royal household. Yeah, that's what I just said. I didn't even see this. Yeah, they're the one who's running the show. Okay, remember the queen was dating of cancer and drugged up most of the time. These are the people who run that institution. Okay, like I said, this started way before that as well, I think, when Charles changed the Queen's secretary. So when all of these probably were happening, it was the Queen's secretary. Okay, he was supposed to be the eyes and ears for the Queen, but he didn't bring these things up to him, to the Queen. All these people turned a blind eye. They were doing their own business. Oh my God, I'm starting. Was it in one of the video I was saying? Okay, all those business people, they want the institution to stay so they could just hide behind the institution, because the royal family, they cannot be arrested, they cannot, you know, whatever nonsense that I read recently about them, they cannot be prosecuted. So they running the show while they're doing their, you know, fraudulent kind of behavior at the palace, and then, you know, nobody can touch the Charles. So they pretend. Oh my God, this is a full mess. It's a full mess from what I'm seeing here, allegedly, if this is what actually happening. I really dread to think how they used her during that period. We still don't have any real detail about the duration of her illness or the meds she was prescribed, because a lot of stuff went down in that last 18 months, including the sudden support for Camila that are suspect. Alright, so Harry had to get the hell out of there. My goodness. And then once they're done, and then they got rid of the Charlie taking advantage of his dying mother to make Camilla's queen sick on so many levels. Okay, it really was because we all knew the queen absolutely didn't want her to be crowned as queen. And also remember when Harry was doing the interview with Hoda during the Netherlands Invictus. Okay, Hoda was asking Harry some stuff, and Harry was like, his only concern is who's around the queen.
How did it feel being back? Being with her.
Being with her, it was great. It was just so nice to see her. You know, she's on great form. She's always got a great sense of humour with me, and I'm just making sure that she's, you know, protected and got the right people around. Well, protected and got the right people around. Well, you
Alright, who was watching her, who was protecting her. Let's say, for instance, alright, the queen, you have all these vicious people around the queen. There's 5 people who's supposed to look after the queen. Harry, Charles, Andrew. Is Anne one of them? And Edward? Probably. It's supposed to be 5 people. I think the only person who cared about the queen was Harry. The next person who should have been, I don't know what his role was. I think everybody just wanted to use the queen. Okay, was what's the other one? Andrew. Because now that the queen no longer there, some of the things the queen was willing to do for Andrew without, you know, give and take kind of thing, was the queen. He should have been very carefully monitor the queen, whoever's around the queen and all of that. If anything, have the queen live with Castle and have the queen people come and stay. I'm sure there's places for them to stay. All right, because if Andrew really cared about his own well-being, because he was in deep shit, But whatever, now she's gone. Everybody now Charles have to do a give and take with Andrew, because everybody is in a whole bunch of mess. Okay, I'm going back. This is Henry VIII. That's where, let me read some of the comments. Okay, we're almost there. What does that mean? Okay, I concur. I don't believe this is about a fair cover-up. They can survive that. They have before. It must be myriad of things, plus the existence of some kind of film, tape, etc. The way Wooten character has like disappeared. I mean, they set up Dan Wooten very well. Okay, they wanted to fire Dan Wooten, but they didn't know how they could fire him. So they make up that thing. I mean, it's not nonsense, but the woman cry foul, they did this, they humiliate, and then all of a sudden they got rid of him because of that. But what they really wanted to get him of is those information he was having. In other words, Dan Wooten was covering his butt for something. This is why he was getting information on other people. So I don't know, it's a whole bunch of mess. All I know, if I get a job offered in the UK, I know my ass not to go over there, because these people don't deal normal. All right, they don't do things normally. Too much backstabbing. All right, I'm leaving this. This is too much. Next tweet. All right, there's Omid here regarding Endgame. Okay, this is Pagan Trelawney. Yep, the people who said baby brain was misogyny, insisting that, quote, I'm concerned her child will look black isn't racism. There's that here. What surprises me is that the fake outrage people had about Meghan making comment about baby brains and doing a courtesy, but when it comes to racist conversation about Meghan's unborn child, that's normal, and anyone who thinks otherwise is overreacting and race baiting. The Lord is testing me. Okay. Oh, so there's Omid here. I have this I'll play it again for the sake of this video, but I have it already. Okay, they had multiple conversations with Harry in the absence of Meghan to express concern about his baby's skin tone. It wasn't one off, it was multiple conversation. And this is why I believe there was a meeting that was supposed to take place and they didn't want Meghan to come. Almost in everything else, because Meghan is too freaking smart, will be asking too many questions. So they didn't want Meghan to be over. Oh my God, this is a freaking cesspit of... Whew. Okay, the delusion is insane. Baby brain is literally a mom term. Only ignorant, uncultured Karens will take offense in it. Okay, Omid discuss it here. Alright, let's listen. And there will be a screenshot, okay? Maybe this will be the only screenshot. Let's listen.
Big headlines that so many people still talk about is that moment when Meghan Markle told Oprah that there was a discussion before the birth of her firstborn about what the color of his skin would look like. You've learned more about kind of that moment and who was involved. What can you tell us?
Yeah, you know, I think, listen, there are many people that argued it's normal to have conversations about what a child might look like at birth, and I think the problematic term that Meghan raised was that there were concerns over the color of Archie's skin. And you know, I always wondered why Harry and Meghan didn't continue that conversation in the Netflix series, in Harry's book Spare. You know, it was like it disappeared out of sight, and I wanted to get to the bottom of that. So to discover more about these letters that had been exchanged between Meghan and Charles after that Oprah interview, where although neither still see eye to eye on it to this day, they were able to at least share their queries and concerns about those conversations that happened within the family.
We do have to say both Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace declined to comment on Scobie's book to ABC News. A spokesperson for the Sussexes has not yet responded to ABC News' request for comment. The book is called Endgame. All
right, so that's that. Let's see, there's one comment underneath it. Nope, it doesn't show. All right, let's see here. There's that. What interesting is that people that are hearing this are busy defending and excusing her behavior with, quote, but maybe she meant this and that, end quote. Her behavior has been so problematic that people subconsciously knew it's her. Alright, so that's that. This is the last one I have for this. Okay, there's a lot of tweets that I did not add since November 30th, and I'm just gonna start fresh tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I have places to go tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll be able to do much. Alright, next tweet. When you remember, Prince William did everything in his power to help the Mail on Sunday win their case against Meghan, and they still lost it. I'm telling you, those crowd or something. I posted this on my community, but I was dying laughing when I first saw it. They tried to derail her on her case and they still lost. And it took a toll on her as well, on Meghan. My goodness. Okay, William the Wicked sending Jason Connaught to testify for the Daily Fair when Meghan had already won her case was, as Mark Anthony said, quote, the most unkindest cut of all. End quote. May he reap double what he saw.
You just explain, what was the significance on the witness statement from Ed Verity, better known as Ted Verity?
Ted Verity, the editor of the Mail on Sunday, said in his signed witness statement that he had been given information that helped support Associated's case. He said this information came from a senior palace source, and he said in his witness statement this was, quote, not gossip or tittle-tattle.
What does that mean?
What it means is that a senior figure in the royal household,
Jason obviously would have then gone to William and Kate,
according to the Mail on Sunday, was passing him information in order to help defeat the Duchess's case.
and clearly he has cooperated. He would not have cooperated with those lawyers without their definite knowledge.
It's a shame. Okay, anybody, any brand, any corporation looking to make money should steer clear of egghead. Psh, I'm telling you. Yes. That brings the situation with Shout. The minute Harry left, there was issues with that particular organization. Shout is supposed to be about, just look at the screen as I'm saying some of these. Where people in the UK who has issues, there's a hotline for them to call and just to talk things out, get a different perspective, make you see things much clearer. Alright, so what they did, whoever did it, but it seems like it was after Harry left. Alright, information were being given to a for-profit place to make money. So in other words, that organization, Shout, it seems like, allegedly, was giving those information that they were getting for free, randomly, people could call, okay, for a for-profit place. Okay, they're getting it for free. I don't know if they were giving it or they were selling it. I do not know. But there was some concern that was raised about that. So whoever is going to be doing anything with William, just stay away. Because it can be trusted. Okay. You want your brand to think? You go with egghead. Okay, twice. Okay, he hated her because she wasn't at awe of him. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, Meghan came in and did the work, but she wasn't in awe of her surrounding. It was like taking on a new job, one that came as a prerequisite with her marriage. So the person she was in love with, said a close friend of the Duchess, she took it seriously, but the fact she wasn't saying, wow, this is the greatest thing on earth, made people feel like she wasn't grateful. She's supposed to be at awe. Okay, that she didn't deserve what she had. To some of the palace, here was a woman of color who was allowed into an entitled, exceedingly white space. So how dare she not show abundance of gratitude? The fact that later she would choose to step away from it, essentially rejecting the hollow space she was lucky, put it in quote, lucky enough to have entered, emerged as a sore point for many. Meghan don't give a shit about that. She doesn't care. I mean, she cares about the institution enough to be with Harry and everything, but not to lose herself for it. Has anyone ever asked whether some of the royals are shareholders in some of the companies that own the tabs? Because this isn't normal. Oh my goodness, twice. There's the laugh. The only thing that men knows how to do is lose. Okay, I had to report this one. Okay, and they lost. LOL. Okay, yum. There's that. Okay, commercial. People are laughing. Okay. So that is it. Okay, we support Harry and Meghan no matter what. Make it trend. Alright, so that's that. Let's do a prayer for this. Oops, what did I just do? Prayer for prosperity and protection. Okay, let's look for an image. Let's do this one. Dear Father, you are like a wing that shelters my children, strong with protection, soft with grace. You are like a shield that encircles them each day. They run free, and you are with them as they adventure. You are like a crown placed upon their head, a symbol of sonship, of belonging, and of their adoption into your family. Lord, I place them into your great care and declare that they are yours. Amen. All right, so that is it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that is it. Let me start editing, and then in a couple days I'll do another recording. I have enough recording for, I believe, December 10. Yep. Oh, January. Shit, that's a huge mistake. Look at this. Let me fix these. Not January, December. So, what the hell? They're tampering with that. December 8th. Okay, so that's supposed to be, let me see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 9. December 9. Oh my goodness. December 9. Save that. What in the name? I just saw this mistake, and I know I didn't do that mistake. Okay, December 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, December 10. December 11. Oh my. Oh, it's going to January. December 10, right? December 10, December 11. If I didn't see that, I would assume that this was scheduled, and then when nothing popped up, and that's when I probably will see it. All right, so let's see here. December 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right? Yeah. Okay, so that is it. Thank you for your support.